What is going on, guys? It is D Loves Wrestling, and today we have a very big topic because main event Jey Uso is one of the biggest stars in pro wrestling. And I know pro wrestling has a ton of stars across all different companies, but it seems like Jey Uso is slowly climbing to the top in the entire sport. There are plenty of reasons why I believe so we're gonna jump right into this. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are posting daily wrestling content and only going to get better, and join the community. This is a very positive community. We talk about wrestling non-stop, and we go live stream on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So everyone, let's jump into, is Jey Uso one of the biggest stars in pro wrestling? Let's just start off that Jey Uso is the biggest star on the Monday Night Raw roster. I know Seth Rollins is on there. I know Damian Priest is on there. I know Rhea Ripley's on there. And I know Liv Morgan, I love you, Liv Morgan, is on there as well. Jey Uso is just a mainstream draw to everyone even outside of pro wrestling. I mean, if we're talking pro wrestling, Jey Uso is without a doubt one of the most popular superstars in the sport. But if we're talking even outside of pro wrestling, just people who don't even watch, I feel like Jey Uso is kind of known even to the mainstream media. Even if he's not the biggest star on the Monday Night Raw roster, he's still one of the biggest stars across of so many superstars that are just phenomenal. And I feel like people might actually say that, hey, he's only at a mid-card level. He has the Intercontinental Championship. He's never going to reach the main event potential despite his name being Main Event Jey Uso. I feel like that is very false, though. I don't think you need to be the face of a company to be one of the biggest stars in the company. I mean, I feel like in-ring wise, I don't think Jey Uso is even close to some of the names that are on the WWE roster alone, let alone other companies in itself. But I just think Jey Uso's character, you know, he's so relatable. He's just so himself. You could tell he's not portraying this character. Literally just think of his actual self. When you think of characters like a menacing heel or some other baby faces, you know that they're playing a character and that's not actually them on the inside. That's just them playing the character. And I know that's a part of the sport, that's a part of pro wrestling. It's really cool when you see someone's character working so well and it's literally just themselves. And Jey Uso is a prime example that is working for him. It's just such a magnetizing draw to wrestling fans and just people that might come across videos of Jey, whether it's his entrance, whether it's him doing yeet. I mean, he's just such a relatable, just likable character for pro wrestling and just as a person in general. We haven't even talked about the bloodline yet. So the bloodline, everything is kind of chaotic when it comes to the bloodline situation right now. Solo Sikoa is technically the only tribal chief. He has the Ulafala. Roman Reigns wants to get back at Solo Sikoa. He wants to make everything better for his entire bloodline, and that is including Solo Sikoa. But that's not really including Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and Jacob Fatu. Like, Solo purposely added them into the group to get back at Jimmy and Jey. Almost like replacements, like, hey, you guys are twin brothers. I'm gonna throw in these brothers. I don't know if they're twins or not. They're a tag team. They won the tag titles. Everything is digging back at the OG bloodline, which is Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso. And why am I talking about their problems? This has nothing to do with Jey Uso, right? He's not involved in it. Guess who's going to cry out for help to Jey Uso? Roman Reigns, and already doing it, Jimmy Uso. I mean, if you saw on this previous Friday Night SmackDown, Jimmy Uso was hinting towards he wants Roman Reigns to finally forgive Jey Uso so they can finally get the help that they need. I think Jey Uso would still need someone else involved to make it a complete group and they could finally go at the bloodline, which I think it might be Sami Zayn. Jey Uso is such a key factor in all of WWE right now. Not only Monday Night Raw, going against Braun Breaker, going against just anyone for the IC title. He's giving it a great reputation. The fact that Jey Uso was at a point where it was debatable on if he will even be in any storylines revolving a title and just anything meaningful in general, to now being a massive star on his own roster, and he's now a champion, and also his former group, which is the OG bloodline and Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, are crying out for help to the man that had to dig through the trenches, do all the dirty work and get his own and make his own name for himself without his family involved. Now it's kind of a full circle. Jey Uso is on top. Roman Reigns is crying out for help. He's on the floor, literally. The Bloodline absolutely annihilated Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso last Friday night on SmackDown. Jey Uso was the only name that the crowd was chanting for to help them, because even they know when Jey does come back to Roman and Jimmy, it won't be like Jey's just sacrificing everything that he just did, throwing it all away, and he's gonna be a third fiddle, second fiddle again. Jey Uso coming back to the Bloodline is going to make him even a bigger star. He's not gonna be a co-partner, I feel like, anymore, despite Roman Reigns being, in my opinion, the biggest star in pro wrestling. I feel like Jey Uso is gonna be right there with Roman Reigns. That's a hot take. I feel like he's gaining that star power. Everyone was complaining that Jey wasn't being utilized, and now it seems like him not being utilized was actually the best thing for him, because everything literally in the palm of Jey Uso's hands. I feel like almost every storyline that is huge involves Jey. Whether it's just the IC title picture in itself, whether whoever wants the IC title, that's Jey Uso, that's his business. Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, are we still gonna see Jey Uso dapple with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest? Because they did it for like 3 weeks in a row. Ever since Jey won the title, we haven't really seen it very often, but who knows? It's Triple H. It's long-term storytelling. We might see Rhea Ripley come out and help Jey Uso in a match, in a big-time match, and then we might see Jey back involved in that big storyline. And he's also involved in the biggest storyline in pro wrestling, and he's not even technically involved yet. Imagine when he gets involved. The War Games match is going to be revolutionary. This is going to be family versus family, and one of the key components right now, at this very moment, is Jey Uso. One of the key moments is the decision from the IC champion, main event Jey Uso. I just really love seeing when someone is so underutilized and underrated. Not that Jey was underrated as a whole. He's one of the greatest tag team champions and just tag teams of all time in any wrestling promotion. I'm not saying that Jey is underrated a few months ago. Jey was definitely heading down the path where he had the popularity, the fans loved him. WWE seemed at the moment, from our perspective, he didn't see anything in Jey Uso. So the fact that we're getting to see that Jey is literally, no matter where you go, Monday Night Raw, freaking NXT, SmackDown, he makes a buzz no matter where he goes. Honestly, spectacular, because I feel like he's growing into his own, and I feel like we've said this in the past, but I feel like Jey Uso is finally becoming the main event caliber star before our very eyes. I know this wasn't too long of a video. I just wanted to really give my opinion on Jey Uso and the entire situation of how impactful he is to multiple different storylines, just WWE, the business in itself. He draws attention to absolutely everyone as a massive babyface for the company. He is one of the biggest sales when it comes to just people buying merchandise. I mean, that in itself, the company is about money. Jey Uso's making the company a ton of money. He's doing amazing on TV. He's growing into his own, and it's really amazing to see. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Be tuned in for more daily wrestling content. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.